Welcome to Pottorff's Behind the Blades, Not a Podcast. Today's question is a classic plan review moment. If the wall is 2-hour rated, can you use a 1.5-hour rated damper? My name is Stephenie Ravenscroft, and joining me is Josh Parent.
Hi, Stephenie.
So Josh, what do you think?
Most of the time, yeah. Here's why. Building codes typically set fire damper protection ratings in two buckets. One, if the assembly is less than 3 hours, those include your 1 hour and 2 hours. The minimum damper rating is generally 1.5 hours. If the assembly is 3 hours or more, then you generally need a 3-hour damper.
So a 2-hour wall falls into that less than 3 hours category, meaning 1.5-hour rated damper is typically code compliant, assuming everything else about the application is correct.
Here's where people mess up. They stop at the rating number, but you still got a few checkpoints. Damper type. Is it a fire damper, a smoke damper, or a combination fire-smoke damper? The barrier type and penetration condition drive that. Another one is static versus dynamic. If the system might keep running during a fire scenario, the damper needs the correct dynamic listing for airflow conditions. This isn't just a rating question. Lastly, listing and installation method. Dampers are tested and certified to standards like UL 555 for fire dampers and UL 555S for smoke leakage, and the installation has to match those listing details.
Translation: a 1.5-hour damper isn't automatically right everywhere. It's right when it's the right type, listed for the system conditions, and installed per the listing. Okay, let's talk about some rules of thumb.
Sure, here's the sticky note version. 1 hour or 2-hour barrier. Typically, you have a 1.5-hour damper minimum. A 3-hour barrier, you typically have a 3-hour damper minimum. And one more. Project specs or the AHJ can be stricter than the baseline code, so always check the schedule, details, and local amendments.
So here's the bottom line in the conclusion to this episode. So, can a 2-hour rated barrier use a 1.5-hour rated damper? In most code applications, yes, because 2 hours is less than 3, and the minimum damper rating for the category is typically 1.5 hours. If you'd like to learn more, visit us at www.pottorff.com. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Behind the Blades.